Welcome to Insightful Horizon, your go-to channel for fascinating stories and extraordinary events from around the world. Today, we're diving into some of the most unbelievable and daring events ever to take place in London. From death-defying stunts to curious historical happenings, London's rich tapestry offers a treasure trove of the unexpected. So, settle in as we journey through time, uncovering the tales that have left an indelible mark on this iconic city. Let's get started. Picture this: London, 1952. A bustling morning, the city coming alive with double-decker buses. One such bus, Route 78, finds itself on Tower Bridge. The bridge begins to open for a passing ship. Warning bells clang, a siren wails. The bus is caught, stranded. Albert Gunter, quick-thinking driver, makes a split-second decision. He's going to jump the bridge. With nerves of steel and a burst of acceleration, Gunter guns the engine. The bus surges forward, hurtling towards the widening gap. Passengers grip their seats, some too shocked to even scream as the ground seems to disappear beneath them. For a heart-stopping moment, the bus is suspended in mid-air, the dark waters of the Thames rushing below. And then, with a bone-jarring thud, it lands, the wheels finding purchase on the other side of the bascule. The bus skids to a halt, the passengers and driver alike taking a collective breath, the enormity of what just transpired washing over them. Albert Gunter, the bus driver who jumped Tower Bridge, becomes an instant hero, his name synonymous with extraordinary courage and quick thinking. Our exploration of daring feats in London takes us back to the pioneering days of aviation, a time when the skies were a new frontier full of challenge and danger. The year is 1912. The air is alive with anticipation as a young aviator by the name of Frank McLean prepares for a daring feat to be the first person to fly under Tower Bridge. The very notion seems preposterous. Tower Bridge, with its imposing towers and intricate steelwork, was never intended to be a gateway for flying machines. Yet, there's McLean, seated at the controls of his fragile biplane, his eyes fixed on the narrow passage beneath the bridge. The roar of the engine echoes off the buildings as he takes to the sky, ascending into the history books. With incredible skill and no small amount of daring, McLean guides his aircraft towards the bridge, the monumental structure looming ever larger. Chapter 4. A city holds its breath, the flight under the bridge. Down below, crowds gather along the banks of the Thames, their faces a mixture of excitement and trepidation. They crane their necks, straining to catch a glimpse of the audacious aviator. McLean, ever the skilled pilot, navigates the narrow confines with precision, his biplane seeming almost to dance through the air. The tips of his wings come perilously close to the bridge's steel latticework, leaving onlookers holding their breath, fearing the worst. But McLean is undeterred, his focus unwavering, and then, in a moment of triumph, he emerges from the other side, his biplane soaring into the clear sky, leaving a collective gasp of relief and thunderous applause in his wake. Frank McLean had done it. He had conquered the skies above London, forever etching his name in the annals of aviation history. Chapter 5. The Curious Case of Mrs. Tottingham's House. From the daring heights of aviation, we descend into the shadowy world of intrigue and deception. Our next story takes us back to the Victorian era, a time when London was a city of gaslight and secrets. At its heart is a tale of a hoax, a missing artifact, and a house turned upside down. Mrs. Tottingham, a wealthy widow, becomes the unsuspecting victim of a cruel prank. A letter claims a priceless artifact is hidden within her home. The letter is a hoax, disrupting her life. Unaware, Mrs. Tottingham is thrown into anxiety. Soon, treasure hunters descend upon her once peaceful abode. Chapter 6. Mrs. Tottingham's once pristine home becomes a scene of chaos and destruction. Floors are ripped up, walls torn down, furniture smashed to smithereens, all in the desperate search for the non-existent treasure. The treasure hunters, driven by greed and fueled by false hope, leave no corner of the house untouched, their frenzied search transforming the once elegant residence into a shambles. Mrs. Tottingham, distraught and overwhelmed, watches helplessly as her home is torn apart, her pleas for reason falling on deaf ears. The hoax, a cruel twist of fate, leaves her physically unharmed but emotionally drained, her life turned upside down by the relentless pursuit of a phantom treasure. The case of Mrs. Tottingham's house serves as a stark reminder of the power of deception and the lengths to which people will go in pursuit of perceived riches. Chapter 7. Let's fast forward to the 21st century, a time when London, like many cities around the world, is increasingly under the watchful eye of surveillance technology. Closed-circuit television cameras, once a rarity, have become ubiquitous, their unblinking lenses capturing our every move. It is against this backdrop that our next story unfolds, a tale of one artist's unique protest against the erosion of privacy in an age of mass surveillance. The year is 2004. Rick Buckley, a London-based artist known for his thought-provoking installations, decides to take a stand, his chosen weapon plaster noses. Buckley's mission is simple yet profound, to highlight the pervasive nature of surveillance and to make people question the implications of living in a city where our every move is being watched. Chapter 8. Armed with a bag full of plaster noses, Buckley sets out into the night, transforming London's cityscape in a most unusual way. He carefully affixes his plaster creations onto CCTV cameras, those silent sentinels of surveillance, effectively giving them a nose to sniff out our every move. But Buckley doesn't stop there. He extends his artistic protest to landmarks across the city, placing noses on statues, monuments, and even on the iconic red telephone boxes. London, the city of Big Ben and Buckingham Palace, becomes a city adorned with noses, each one a silent but powerful statement against the erosion of privacy. Buckley's whimsical yet thought-provoking protest catches the public's imagination, sparking a debate about the balance between security and freedom in an increasingly surveilled world. His plaster noses, strategically placed throughout the city, serve as a constant reminder that even in the bustling metropolis, someone or something is always watching. From daring bus jumps and pioneering flights to treasure-hunting hoaxes and artistic protests, London never ceases to amaze with its eclectic tapestry of extraordinary events. These stories, etched into the very fabric of the city, offer a glimpse into the indomitable spirit, creativity, and resilience of its people. As we bid farewell to this chapter of London's history, remember that every street corner, every bridge, every building holds within its walls the echoes of remarkable tales waiting to be uncovered. So, keep your eyes peeled, your curiosity piqued, and your sense of adventure alive, for you never know what wonders you might discover in this extraordinary city. Thanks for joining us on this journey through some of London's most astonishing and daring events. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more fascinating stories from Insightful Horizon. See you next time.